Most people think that James Dean died in a simple car accident. They're wrong. He was killed by a machine that felt alive. It was September 23rd, 1955, 7 days before the end. James Dean pulls up to a Hollywood restaurant in his brand new Porsche 550 Spyder he calls the little bastard. James Dean runs into Sir Alec Guinness, the man the world would later know as Obi-Wan Kenobi. Guinness looks at the car and starts to tremble. He tells Dean, please, please, never get in that car. If you do, you will be found dead. James Dean left. Exactly 7 days later, he was dead. Prophecy came true. For the little bastard, the killings have just begun. Wreck didn't stay in the junkyard. It was bought for $2,500 by a man who was Hollywood royalty, George Barris. You know his work. Barris was the genius who built the 1966 Batmobile. He built the Munster coach. He was the man who turned cars into icons. But when he brought that little bastard into the shop, he wasn't just bringing in scrap metal, he was bringing in a virus. The minute that car arrived, the violence started. As it was being unloaded from the truck, the winch snapped. The Porsche slid down and crushed the legs of the mechanic standing nearby it. Was that a warning shot? Barris was a businessman. He saw potential in the parts. He stripped the car down and began selling the pieces. He was selling a death sentence. George Barris didn't just sell scrap metal. He sold the engine and the drivetrain to two amateur racers, Dr. Troy McHenry and Dr. William Eskridge. On October 21st, 1956, both doctors were competing in the same race at Sonoma. Both were running parts from the little bastard. In the middle of the heat, Dr. McHenry's car veered violently into a tree. He was killed instantly. On a different part of the track, Dr. Eskridge's car flipped end over end. He survived, but he was mangled. He later said the car felt like it was being steered by an unseen hands. The engine had claimed its second victim. Curse didn't just stop at the racetrack. Barris began lending the mangled body of the Porsche to California Highway Patrol for safety exhibits. It was supposed to be warning against speeding, but the car had other plans. While being transported, a tow truck driver named George Barkis was hauling the wreckage when the Porsche suddenly slid off the flatbed. It didn't just fall, it pinned Barkis underneath his own tow truck, crushing him to death. The little bastard was still hunting, even when it didn't have an engine to drive. Tow truck driver was just another name on a list that was going too long. We're halfway through the trail of blood left by the little bastard, and the mystery only gets darker from here, people. If you're feeling the grit of this investigation, hit that subscribe button right now. We are on a mission to hit 1,000 subscribers, and your support is the fuel. Want to miss our next file, the Silent Twins, the two sisters who shared one soul and a chilling pact that ended in sacrifice the world still can't explain. Now let's get back to the boxcar, because what happens next defies the laws of physics. In 1960, the car simply had enough. It was locked into a steel boxcar, sealed with official rail stamps. It was a rolling fortress. But when the train hissed to a stop in Los Angeles, the little bastard, it wasn't there. The seals hadn't been broken. The locks were still tight, but the car had vanished into the ether. It didn't just leave, it erased itself. Some say it's hidden in a private collection. Others believe it's buried in a scrapyard under a different name. But there are those who believe the car was never meant to be contained. It's out there, waiting. The Volvo Auto Museum is still holding that $1 million reward. But look at the faces, the men we've talked about today. Look at that wreckage. Is $1 million worth your life, or is some metal better left to lost? $1 million. That's what's sitting on the table for anyone who can find the twisted remains of the little bastard. But after everything we've uncovered today, the prophecies, the doctors, the crushed tow truck driver, the cars that vanished out of lock, steel, vault, you have to ask yourself one question. Is the money worth the curse? Is some metal better left lost to the shadows? I'm Tim. This is the Grit Cinema. If you're ready to dig deeper into the world's darkest files, hit that subscribe button now. We're climbing the mountain to 1,000 subscribers, and I want you on the front lines. And stay tuned, because tomorrow we step into the silent, haunted world of the Gibbon twins. Stay gritty, and I'll see you guys next time.